I know that the Unreal Engine at first seems like a very complicated program. It is, but don't worry, because I will show you how to use the basics of the editor, and practically I will show you what I'm using in every video. It's very simple and very straightforward for you to learn, so don't be intimidated, don't be scared. Just follow me and let's go crack this thing step by step, okay? Let's go with the third person and add a name over here and hit create, and you will get this screen. The first and most important thing is that if you don't get this screen, you can always revert it back to this screen. If you go to Window, go Load Layout and click this Default Editor Layout. And we got default editor layout. You can see that I don't have this bottom drawer here. It's not, don't worry, just press Ctrl and space to get it, and Ctrl and space to move it down. So if you get it up, you can click this dock in layout. Sometimes it can get buggy, so you can go Ctrl and space and it will be showed here. This is maybe because of the new version, but don't worry, just Ctrl space, dock in layout, and it will be over here. On the left side we have this all content characters. It doesn't matter, this is where all your folders are located, so don't worry about that. We are going to check out how to move around our level. So to move around our level, we are going to use W, S, A and D keys on the keyboard, just like in the first person shooter. But to do that we need, if you click, nothing happens, but if you hold right click on your mouse, you can look around, and if you go now W, S, A and D, you can move around the level, and just like in a first person shooter. And if you press Q, you will go down, and if you press E, you will go up. And while we are here, while we are holding our right mouse button, try to move your mouse wheel up and down while you are moving. So you can see that if you are moving up, mouse wheel up, you will be faster, and if you move your mouse wheel down, you will be slower and you can be more precise. So this is a basic movement in Unreal Engine 5, and you will use this a lot. Just to mention this speed up and speed down of your camera, you can change it over here under the camera speed also. But I like to do this because I'm already moving, so that I don't need to go every time up here. The next thing is we want to select our things in the editor, so just left click to select various assets like this. And if you go a little bit closer, you can see that we have these arrows, so we can move this object by dragging these arrows up and down, left and right, and so on. And one of the most important things here is that we have the global and local positioning. If you are moving this cube, you can see we are moving now in the level. But if you click up here, this globe icon, you can see that the gizmo is changed, and now we are moving this cube in its own direction. So if you have any problems with your moving, just make sure to click this to switch between world and local space. This is very important because for me this caused a lot of questions in my head when I was starting the Unreal Engine. So this is a very important feature for you to know about it. Another thing is that when you move it, you can see how it's moving, snapping to the grid. So if you want to move this smooth, you can go up here and change this enables or disables snapping to the grid when dragging objects around. Disable this, and now you can move this very smoothly. But if you want something precise, enable it, and you can click over here on the right side, set the position grid snap value. You can change it to be 50, and now it will snap every 50 units. So let's go back to 10. This also works for rotation and scaling. So how to rotate? Select your object, press E on your keyboard, and you can see this gizmo, and now just rotate it. And you can see that we can disable our snapping. If we disable the snapping, we can smoothly rotate our object around. Okay, you can enable it back. Let's scale this object. To scale it, press R on your keyboard, and you can see these three gizmos. You can scale it with 1. You can scale it like this, or you can scale it evenly. Let me undo everything. You can scale like this. And if you also want to scale, rotate and position your cube, you can go click on your cube, click on your asset, and on the right side you can see under the details, you can see location, rotation and scale. And you can also always rotate it over here if you want some precise measurements. Don't forget that if you select your cube, you will see that your cube over here is selected in your outliner. You can always select different objects in the outliner, but I like to select them in the editor. You can, for example, select directional light because it's not directly selectable in the editor. As you can see, the light is over there, so we need to select it, but if you click it, you will get this sky sphere and so on. So you can always select directional light, exponential height, fog, checking out post-process volumes and other things, so don't worry about this. Of course, you can always change the sizes of your editor, just position it where you see these arrows, and if you go like this, and you mess things up, and for example your editor look like this, remember from the beginning of our video, go to Window, Load Layout, Default Editor Layout, and we are back to Business, Ctrl Shift, Docking Layout. And let's now add the simple object. If you want to add object, you can click over here that says quickly add to the project and go to shapes, for example, and we add cube. And you move your cube around, position it in your editor and so on. And now if you press F on your keyboard, it will focus your cube. And if you select another cube, for example, over there, and press F, it will focus this cube. So use this F to quickly focus your assets, focus your objects in the editor. This is usually a trick. This is not a beginner level trick, but I think it is. Why not use it? Select your object, right click on it and click Pilot Cube. And now you are inside the cube and you are moving with your cube around. So let's say you want to position yourself here as a cube. Okay, now how to leave the cube? On the left side, you can see Pilot Actor Cube. Now just click here, Stop Piloting Actor, and you will get outside the cube. So you can easily position your objects in the level by piloting them around. One of the final things that we want to learn is to select between modes. So go over here on the top, Selection Mode. You can go to the Landscape. Over here we are creating landscape. Over here we are painting foliage like trees and bushes and grass. You go to modeling and so on. So it's important that you know that all these modes are located over here on the top left corner. You can save your level here, saves the current level to disk. And if you want to create a new level, File, New Level, and choose between these four. I usually use for my tutorials this basic level because it already comes with a floor, with all the lighting, with a sky sphere, volumetry, high fog clouds, and so on. And when you are done with your editing, when you are done with your level design, just hit over here, play this level, and you will play this level. And you can see on the top left corner, it says Shift plus F1 to get the cursor. So you go Shift and F1, and now we have a cursor. So another good thing to do, remember piloting cube, we are now piloting our character, so you can click over here, detaches from the player, so we are in the play mode, but we can also see our character like in the editor mode. So click stop to go back to the beginning and hit again play to play your character around your level. You can always go here, click saves the current level to disk. Don't forget to save your levels because Unreal doesn't automatically save the levels for you. So it's a good practice to save your level as soon as you created it. So click save and click new map, click save, and your new map will be located here under the content of your project. And the last thing is more of a performance tip. If you run into some problems with the performance of your Unreal Engine, go here, click Settings, and go down that says Engine Scalability Settings, and over here you can change the resolution from low to cinematic to epic high and so on. So play with this until you find the perfect balance between the quality and the performance. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos on the channel. I usually cover all these kinds of beginner level tutorials, and I go slow step by step explaining everything while we are doing some projects. I hope I will see you in some other video, and good luck in learning Unreal Engine, and I guarantee you that it's an awesome skill to have because you feel really good knowing these things. Thanks for watching, and see you in some other videos. As I said, bye bye.